Who's that guy? All right, it's back on. Remember, we're not acknowledging it. We're just.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi guys.
So, what we're doing today is we're reinforcing the idea of change over time. Today, we're going to use a vocabulary that we talked about yesterday, from reactionary to conservative to moderate, liberal to then radical, change over time. Colonists are going to change over time. We're going to see this when we study this over the next couple of days, and also in the next week as well. But what today I want you to do is demonstrate your understanding of that change by picking a theme, a topic that you guys are interested in, and that you can show that changing over time. It didn't just happen overnight, just like that, most likely. All right? So, hopefully last night for homework we all picked our theme, is that correct?
Yep.
Ready to rock and roll with the theme? Okay, let me talk to you for a few minutes, and then about expectations, about resources, and then after that, cut you loose, and you guys can work for the rest of the period on this assignment. I will tell you that second period, third period, rock stars, nailed it. They finished it within a matter of the time that I gave them. Right? No homework. That's it. All right? So make sure you guys are working hard, and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You all follow me right now? Okay, let's go to the instructions. Let's go to the instructions. Oh, I'm recording this actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Can I have a 60-second interruption?
Sure.
Because we're about to get meta.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Mr. D is recording live.
Uh-oh, this is gonna be weird.
Right?
So you're gonna go live, I'm live. Is there gonna be like some disturbance in the force?
Double live.
Live on the live stream.
Live on
Double
the
live.
live.
Viewers.
Live stream section.
Double live.
We're about to double live.
How many people are watching?
7 million.
What's the YouTube?
Oh, just being modest.
All right,
7 million is being
Which
modest.
stream?
6 million.
Yeah, it's about 6.9.
So, Mr. D, just for a quick interruption,
Sure.
I don't want to waste too much of your valuable class time. May I ask one or two questions?
Absolutely.
Get a student volunteer to answer by raising their hand, even though I didn't ask the
Because
question.
I know you're volunteering for it.
Um,
Do you want to watch Dr. Deglio's truck?
Yes.
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 100%.
Okay, that's not the question.
All right, so here's the first question. Raise your hand if you want to give an answer. Tell me one thing that you like about Mr. D's class so far this year.
Wow.
One thing. All right, first hand was up, was in the back there.
He's a very fun and interesting teacher.
All right, how would you define fun? Tell me one thing that's been fun.
So we did this project on, so he set up a Jenga tower and somebody knocked it down, and we had like pictures and videos of it happening, and it's like, we called it the Kylie killing.
That's not it.
Kylie did it.
Yep, we gave it a history term.
Kylie, it's all
Name.
Kylie.
Yeah?
Okay, all right, somebody else? Let's go right here.
He tells a lot of stories.
So is that something you like when he tells stories? Okay, give me a why. Why do you like when he tells stories?
Guys, it's fun. Cool.
Okay, all right. Someone else? Way in the back.
He's got a great personality.
Oh, stop. Thank you.
Well, what's one thing about his personality?
He's funny.
Okay, funny, humor. All right, is that a hand up? Go ahead.
Best history teacher I ever knew.
Why?
Because he's the only one that actually made history fun.
I think you're saying he's the only history teacher he's ever
He's
had.
ever had. English history.
Thank you for that, Carl.
All right, any of the ladies? Can we get a? All right.
He makes learning I don't know, he kind of just makes everything funnier. He has a really good sense of humor.
All right, so the sense of humor. So the learning part that could otherwise be dry and boring is more humorous.
Yes.
All right. Any other the ladies in the room? All right. Anyone else? All together?
You gotta pay them when you leave, actually.
All right. Now,
Okay, how much?
It's only day 5. It's only day 5. So the second question, we might not have many responses yet.
Okay.
Is there anything you would change about Mr. D's class so far?
You can be honest. Be honest.
Wait a minute.
Nothing.
Nothing so far? Okay.
I don't get better unless you say the truth.
Nothing I can really think of.
Nothing. All right, over here again.
Comfortable.
Comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. D can't control that.
Talk to that man right there.
I know, technically that would be.
Yeah, he can't do anything about it either.
Actually, right, I can't either.
As of now.
That's a great suggestion. All right, well, we'd like to thank everybody for our first check-in. I think we're calling, maybe we'll call this playlist like Sills Students or Reflections from
Who's Sil?
the Floor. I don't know, I'm trying to have a alliteration somehow. All right, guys, thanks very much. Everyone wave goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
Ow, I just stopped myself in the eye.
Wow.
And this channel called, right?
What's this channel called? It is
All
called
good with that?
Around the World with
I
a,
just wanna make sure you.
Around the World with 100,
Around the middle school.
Around the Middle School World in 180 days. So it's a play off of an actual Around the World in 80 days.
I'll make sure you go with that.
Sure.
All right, you guys can do that later, okay? Hold on, let's talk about instructions real quick. Thank you, Dr. Deglio.
It's all right.
No, it's all good. All right, so, just do this real quick, and then you guys can do what you need to for the project and do the live stream thing, okay? So, what I want to talk about now are the instructions. You are going to use Google Slides to create your own time continuum of a product, it could be a theme of cars, it could be a theme of technology, shoes, fashion, any of that stuff. Whatever you're interested in, that's the main idea behind it, all right? So with that being said, let's talk about some of these things right here. If you scroll down with what we took yesterday with the notes, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see that we have the instructions. What I like to do is I like to make checklists. I like to use checklists for you so that when you complete something, you can check it off. And you can say, all right, I've done this part, let me move on to the next part. I'm gonna stress this, I'm gonna say this probably 5-6 times today even. Check the instructions before you start. Check the instructions during and after you finish as well. Do you all understand that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Instructions, 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 very important, all right? Also, along with this, I have the point breakdown. So this assignment is gonna be worth 30 points to start us off. First assignment for the marking period. This right here is the breakdown. Notice there are things on here like you need to have an MLA heading on your first slide. You need to have an MLA heading, which means right here, your name, my name, the class period, and the date that we're working on this. You can put the due date, or you can put the date you're actually started working on it, all right? Also, a title. A title on that same slide, that first slide, that's the introductory slide. What is your project's theme? I'm gonna show you an example of one in a minute. I love Mustangs, the car. Who loves Mustangs? Anybody else love Mustangs? I love them. I love them so much. I own one, right? And I love them so much. But I decided I was gonna do a time continuum of a Mustang, right? So what I did was I titled it Time Continuum of Mustangs. There it is right there. You do the same thing. Time continuum of, who wants to share it? What do you have?
Can we just do calls in general?
Oh, cars in general? Yeah, that's fine, sure.
Dog breeds.
Dog breeds. So time continuum of cars, time continuum of dog breeds. AJ?
Baseball.
Time continuum of baseball.
Phillies logos.
Okay, Phillies logos as well. So get the idea, Steele?
Soccer balls.
What is it?
Soccer balls.
Soccer ball. I think you said Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I'm confused, Taco Bell. Elena? iPhones, that's a good one too, all right? You know what, also check out too, maybe just phones in general. That might be a good one too, yeah.
Okay, two things. Chocolate,
Ooh.
and then this is the fourth wall breaking question. Can you check to see if it's still
Yes. Yeah, we're good. Don't worry, we'll get your good side too. Don't worry, okay? All right, so with that being said, let's move on now to the next portion, which is my example, all right? So you're gonna use Google Slides. And my example for you, oh, I went too fast, is Mustangs, all right? So what I'm gonna do is, I didn't do this for this one, but I'm gonna put my MLA right here, or I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna put my name, right? I'm gonna put my teacher's name, I'm gonna put the class period, which is 5-6, and then also I'm gonna put on there the date, okay? Then notice my title goes right there, smack dab in the middle. Does everyone follow me so far? Google Slides with that?
Yep.
Good? Good? All right, let's move on to the next one now. The next slides are fairly simple. Really all you're taking is a vocabulary word, and then you're assigning a picture to it. That's essentially the project. Reactionary. So notice how I have reactionary at the top right there. That's my first vocabulary word. Remember, what does reactionary mean? What does reactionary mean? Original, right? It means plain, ordinary, no change. To me, right there for the Mustang, the original Mustang, right? 1960s, the original Mustang. That right there is plain, it's ordinary. I still love it, great, but it's going to now take this mental picture of that. It's going to change over time, and then finally when it gets to the end, it's most likely going to be completely different, all right? So now I go on to my next slide, conservative. The Mustang has changed. The wheels have changed. Actually, you tell me, what else do you think has changed? What do you think, Mr. Herman? The front of their car has changed. What do you think?
Like the style of it.
The style, right? Overall look.
Spoiler.
The spoiler on the back, very good, right? So that has changed. That's now conservative. Now we're going to go even further with our change. We're going to go moderate, right? Notice the wheels start to look different as well. The red, the color is even different. It's a different color red that there's available. Now we're going to start to see liberal. Now we're going to start to see a lot of change. It's going to start taking the shape of almost an entirely different car. Liberal, right? You add a racing stripe, a hood scoop, bigger wheels, faster engine too, that one. All right? And finally, we have our radical version right there. And that's a concept, by the way. That's a concept of a Mustang. That is probably what the future Mustang is going to look like, right? That's changed. Isn't that completely different than this right here?
Yes.
Right? Look at that. That's unbelievable. That changed, yes.
What Mustang do you have?
I have a 2016 GT. Yeah. So the idea is that this is going to change over time, just like the colonists. The colonists are going to start off as being friendly, good relationship, working relationship with the king and the empire, and they're going to go through and they're going to change. They're going to become very radical at the very end of this. No relationship whatsoever. All right? So, the rest of the time is now yours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around and I'm going to ask you what your theme is. I can help you develop if you need a little bit more. Ask any questions as I'm rotating around the room. I will always be available, and I want to ensure that you do ask if you need help. This is our first project. I want to make sure we start off on a good foot. Understood?
Yes.
All right. Let's get to work.
So you're in slides?
Yes, Google Slides. Google Slides. I will tell you, I did post a helpful hint for Google Slides on Schoology if you need it. That's there. So, and I'll display it too for you. Yeah, I prefer that actually, yes. Yeah, most likely you're going to start from down, right? You're going to start with reactionary, which is very plain, ordinary. Hmm? Yeah, this is like, think about that as a rough draft, right? That, if you want to use that to think about, okay, what am I going to do to plan out my project, all right? Google Slides though is where your actual project is going to be. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're gonna need a picture for the actual project, but for the brainstorm, you can write down the name of it. I mean, I think you can catch. Yeah, like I think you can catch them like in the middle of it. Just do me a favor, right crossover underneath it, all right, so that I know what it is. Okay, so you don't have an iPad. All right, so where's that? Still missing or broken? You never got one? Okay. Do you have your phone? Do you have a smartphone? Do you like an iPhone? What's that? Do you have an iPhone? Would you be able to use your iPhone to work on this project? Like using Google? What's that? So, do you know your Google login for school? You don't know that either? Okay. All right, so why don't you do this? We have two options here. All alright? We can get that login somehow, so you probably have to get somebody, your parents or guardians, to contact the service desk. Or you can do a handwritten, right? You might print out, do you have the access to a printer at home? You have to print out pictures at home, all right? And then just put it on a regular piece of paper. I have paper over there if you wanna take some, right? And then you can go from there, all right? So why don't you do this right now? If you can, just look at your phone, read it down for this class. Do you have a theme? Phones, okay. So start looking for pictures that you can save to your phone for the different degrees of change, okay? Remember, you utilize your class on
Season
level.
2.
You utilize your class and we'll finish it.
Season 4.
Right?
Season 5. There's no single one.
Oh, don't forget your emulator. All right, let's talk to some people. Let's talk to some people about ideas. What's your idea? What's your theme? Okay, so you're gonna start off with that session. So you take it up, okay? So you're gonna think you'll be able to get 5 degrees of change? Okay, good. Sure.
There's like one.
You're doing pizza? Okay, so don't forget about your first title slide, right? Good. Alright. Tomato pie. Let's do it. Well, that's gonna be, what's the name I'm looking for? The vocabulary.
It's gonna be on the channel.
Yeah, well, okay, so this is going to be, the reactionary is gonna be the tomato pie. What's this one gonna be? Plain cheese, okay, pepperoni, pineapple. Notice somebody did, upside down. Yeah. Sure. Alright, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, mine.
Okay.
There's nothing new to Minecraft.
Are you talking about mine?
What are you gonna start off with? Start off with a plain, ordinary. Right?
What are you talking about mine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
What are you doing, computers?
Oh my
See that? That picture, by the way? That's the size of the first computer, the size of the Right, now you have computers and phones. Yes, you can use it now. Start looking at pictures.
Wow.
Save it to your phone or whatever. Okay, where we at? Okay, so you do. Don't, you might try to limit yourself just to Wilson. Maybe baseball gloves overall. That might help you.
That's the thing, because I have, this is why I thought of doing it, because my friend, there was a kid, yeah, I was like,
Okay. Well, Wilson might have been one
like,
there.
yeah, like the girl that I have, like, mine or
Alright, so, okay, Sam, Fortnite. What do you, okay, so, what is like,
It's the only other thing.
what's like the theme within Fortnite?
Updates. Map updates.
Update day.
Map updates.
I don't know, like, can you do like something with like Fortnite?
Like,
But it doesn't be with it. It doesn't be with it.
Actually, my first
Like abilities?
Actually, my first thing was Minecraft.
Fortnite's
and I
color,
just
the
found
item.
out how
No,
bad
I
it was.
couldn't play it because I went to write something else and he kept saying Minecraft and then instead of writing Minecraft, I kept writing Minecraft.
Yo, Sam. Sam, I got an idea for you. Do
How about,
skins.
here's another, Sam, here's maybe a suggestion too. You think about just video games overall, that might help.
That's what
You
he's
can,
doing.
you can do what he's doing as well, just don't copy. Do your own version.
Yeah, just don't do the same picture.
Yeah, or maybe the same game.
Yeah, me and her are doing the same thing,
Sure.
but we're not doing the
What are you doing, sir? Marissa, sorry, Marissa.
I'm
Makeup, okay.
Do skins.
So what are you gonna start with? What's gonna be your reactionary?
Fortnite skins.
I had write the thing.
natural. All right. Steel?
I'm doing soccer balls.
All right, it's okay. So you think I'll be able to get 5 degrees of change?
Yeah, actually,
Alright.
yeah. There's like a ton of types of soccer balls.
Some girls, you gonna do the same? iPhones? All right.
I think I know.
Fortnite kids. Ready?
Do you think you're gonna be able to see a lot of difference between them? Change over time? Okay. Alright. Oh, you're doing phones and overall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were doing iPhones. So I think that the evolution of iPhones is somewhat difficult because you don't get to see the change on the image besides the size maybe,
Yeah,
right?
like the iPods and the iPod.
Right, sure. But then if you actually did a report on like, what are the function differences, then you'd be like, oh yeah, like I see a lot, right? So, okay.
You know what I did? You're so hard. All I would do is put in 1999 copies.
But this
Yeah, I'm really bad. Is that good to watch?
Very different.
Actually, yeah, there's one person.
I gotta give a refund to 2017.
Yeah.
I need my.
Sure, so remember, if you want to get basketball moves is fine. Remember, you want to start off with very, very basic, right? What's that? Something just like, I remember that back in the day, they used to dribble like this. With their hands out like that. I know. You know what though? Now everybody carries the ball.
Can I get it? No,
No, they don't call it travel and they carry. So you do this.
I can't go.
Email it to yourself? You do that.
We're 7-5, right? 7-5, remember?
5-6.
The first Hershey bar in 22 years.
What?
Saves your favorite images. Right?
I haven't tried it, but I'm
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing like the various degrees of cars, yeah, perfect. Now you're becoming like, you're taking an automobile, like a car that's very basic, it's like just for, just for like driving around, to something that's gonna become luxury, fast, right, all that stuff, that's good.
I used to, yeah, I used to know.
Okay. Sounds good, yeah. Just make sure that you have title at the top of each one, sorry. Title at the top of each one. Yep, you're good, alright.
I don't know.
Oh. Let's see, here.
Look at this change.
Wow. Great, isn't that, let's change over time. That's big time right there.
It's this is the full scroll of like
Yeah.
1960.
No, it wasn't the first bar ever.
Ford was
good.
the full scroll.
No, it wasn't. In America.
Guys, I haven't done anything yet.
Wow, look at all that. Shocks, all that.
No, look, one flies.
Yeah, so, tubing's different, shocks, wheels. Change over time. Change over time, absolutely. Yeah, that's fine. So for the same idea, let's see, pictures, that's fine. What are you doing? Are you doing dress? Clothing? Okay. Sounds good. What are you doing yourself? Chocolate?
I did that all in one.
Oh, the Hershey bowl. Alright. Stitch you up.
What?
Alright, so what we're doing is we're working on a project. Alright, we're using Google Slides.
You'll look.
You should make sure that you use your instructions. Alright, now we can bring the instructions, where our instructions down yesterday, so that we have.
No.
What you looking up? Well, Google Docs. That's what you want. Yeah. Or if you need to go back.
Where
in-
he was weird and big, like he did some
And the rod that big. Oh, okay.
I just saw myself as
Okay, so. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I feel that eventually we're gonna start finishing up. That's good, that's great, good, steady work. But what I want you to understand is this. Remember, check your instructions before you do anything else. If you feel you are done, great. Check your instructions to make sure that you are. Alright? What are you doing, football? Okay, Thomas, yeah. That's a good idea. This class is over at 55. Yeah.
The only thing that did change on this.
As long as I can read it. You don't have any Oh.
Yeah, the only thing that
New or? Alright, so, can you use your phone? Alright, so, please do this. Think of ideas. You can write them down on that. You have two options, alright? You can print it home, if you want online. Not pictures in this case, so you can bring it home, right? Or, if you have access at home, with your phone or with your computer, you can actually make your own. Alright? So let me know if you need help with anything. Okay, check everything. You should make sure you have. Higher. Good.
I should probably take that out. No, look, see, it has a phone.
Original,
No, you
all the way through.
Oh, yeah, you-
Conservative, some change, moderate, a lot of change, find radical, change.
No, you can't.
Yes.
Any idea what theme?
I know one thing.
I know you can text.
What are you interested in?
Oh.
Do basketball moves. You can do dunks, whatever you want. Yeah, so you're like, you're gonna, one slide, your first Google slide, right? It's gonna be your title, and it's gonna be your MLA heading, right? Second side's gonna be reactionary. What's a reactionary basketball move? Sure, right? Or a regular dribble, whatever. You're gonna go from there to the next one, getting a little bit different, right? Right?
You cannot call.
Good job, double checking, right? You put a few pictures in. So like do like the first, second part. Yeah, the only problem is you have to be able to watch Norman, I talked to you about your team. Norman, right? And the Lakers. Oh, this is good. Oh, that's good. You know what? Good. I'm glad you're incorporating your own. Nice. So like, you have like a regular, so your So reactionary pictures, you just go, just like something ordinary that maybe every place has.
Whoa.
And then you go to radical, Golden State Bridge, nice, it's good. Yeah, nobody has Golden State Bridge.
No, it's actually way cheaper. It's cheaper than $50,000.
Go back, just make sure that the first one.
What would that probably be?
Wait,
And also your
I go back so that we did all the papers, but he gave his box.
Nice.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
Wait, you were.
Okay, let's do this. We have about 6 minutes of class left, so I want to make sure that everyone's good, all right? How to submit. So I need all of you to take a break right now, and I'm going to show you how to submit. I want you to walk through the process with me, but if you're not done, do not complete the last step, all right? So, I need all of you right now to stop what you're doing and try this. 3 dots. Press the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. And if I need you to slow down, let me know. Press the 3 dots. Okay. Your options are, you are going to select share and export. Nope. Send a copy. You are going to then, probably is already setting on PDF. So hit OK for PDF. Okay, now, where do you have to send it to? So you get the options. Select Schoology. Select Schoology. And then once that comes up, you're going to select the Submit to Assignment. Select My Course, My History course. Okay? And then, you're not going to do this step if you're not finished yet. You're going to select the time continuum assignment. All right, that's where it will go. So that I can grade it. If you're not done, don't select that yet. Don't put it into that box. All right, so that's where the drop box is. That's where the assignment will go. Yes. Sure. So you have your time continuum. Make sure you capitalize because it's a title. So it should be, yeah.
2019.
Good? All right, so let's go on to the next one. So your first is reactionary. Older car. All right. Keep going. Conservative. A little bit different. Something a little bit more flashy. Oh, wow. Beautiful. That is very liberal. Very different. Two. Look at that. The wheels are like fluorescent wheels. That's great. Nice. I like it. Good job. So we have our vanilla heading. We have our title. Good. Next. We have our reactionary body. Nothing really on there. Oh, that's cheese to it. It's conservative. All right. That's pepperoni. First. Pineapple and liberal. And finally, there it is. All the toppings. Everything. All right, good. Completely different than our first one, right? Change over time. Your name? It's on the intro.
I need your help.
Your name? My name. Your name, my name. Class period. Your class period.
That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it.
I'll let you log in.
Why did you invent this in It's just, because that's how you do it.
Okay, so you're gonna have to contact the service desk.
It's streaming. Yeah, this is what he looks like, right?
I've already finished.
So
Bad that I've already blacked out.
Anyhow, you have the same idea, but you're. You can have different views, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so you have, spins, okay, so now you need to name this though. Remember reactionary, it goes reactionary, conservative, moderate, liberal, radical. That's what your slide should be, each one should be one of those. Now, you chose that Fortnite skin, that's fine. Now, here's the thing. Do you feel like that's a plain, ordinary skin? Because that's reactionary.
No, you should add one of those. You should add one of those.
Good. If you're ready, you can spin. Nice. Oh, go back, go back, go back.
Actually,
You have one viewer.
Sure, looks good. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, have your attention please. We have, that's it for class for today. That's also the last time you have to work on it in class. You have until Monday to turn this in. If you need any help in the meantime, let me know. Have a great day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
See you stream.
Goodbye, Steele.
Bye. Bye, stream.
I hope you enjoyed the stream, guys.
Bye, stream.
I hope you had a great time.